The first day I arrived, I saw only closed doors and suspicious eyes. My name is Amir, and I fled a war zone with nothing but the clothes on my back and memories of what was lost. People didn't want me here. They saw my turban and heard my accent and made assumptions about who I was. I was just a stranger to them, someone to be feared rather than welcomed. But then I found that patch of abandoned land behind the old community center. It was overgrown with weeds and litter, but I saw potential. I began clearing it one morning, pulling weeds and picking up trash. At first, people just watched from their windows, shaking their heads. I am sure they thought I was just another problem, but I kept going day after day, my hands blistered and my back aching. One morning, Mrs. Peterson from down the street approached me. "What are you doing?" she asked, her arms crossed firmly. "I am starting a garden," I replied simply. She scoffed. "This neighborhood doesn't need any more problems." But then something unexpected happened. The next weekend, I arrived to find some of the neighborhood kids had brought out old gardening tools they found in their garages. They didn't say much, just handed them to me with shy smiles. Then came Mrs. Thompson, the widow who lived alone 2 houses down. She approached hesitantly, carrying a box of vegetable seeds. "My husband always loved gardening," she said quietly. "Maybe you could use these." As the weeks passed, more people joined in. The suspicious glances turned into greetings. The closed doors opened to questions about what we were planting. The garden became our meeting place, where language barriers disappeared as we worked side by side. We planted tomatoes and cucumbers, flowers and herbs. We shared stories while we worked, stories of our families, our losses, our dreams for the future. One afternoon, I noticed young Michael sitting alone on a bench, staring at the ground. He'd been struggling in school, always getting into fights. I approached slowly. "You know," I said, "when I was a boy, I used to help my father in our garden. He taught me that plants need patience just like people." I showed him how to carefully water the seedlings, explaining that too much water could drown them, but too little would starve them. For the first time, I saw a spark of interest in his eyes. He started coming every day, learning about the plants, about responsibility. His teacher later told me his grades had improved, and he wasn't getting into trouble anymore. Then came the storm that nearly destroyed everything. Heavy winds and torrential rain battered our little community garden. The next morning, we arrived to find our beautiful garden flattened, plants uprooted, and our small greenhouse destroyed. I felt tears welling up. All our hard work, all the connections we built, seemingly destroyed. But as I stood there, heartbroken, I heard footsteps, then more footsteps. Soon, nearly the entire neighborhood had gathered. Without a word, we got to work. We salvaged what we could, replanted what survived, and rebuilt together. That day, I didn't just see neighbors working together, I saw family. The garden became more than just plants and soil. It became a symbol of hope in a world that often feels divided. We started sharing our harvest with food pantries, teaching younger children about growing food, hosting community picnics where everyone brought a dish from their culture. Last summer, we expanded. The city gave us another plot of land, and now we were teaching refugee families from other communities how to start their own gardens. Mrs. Peterson, who once told me this neighborhood didn't need problems, is now our biggest advocate. She organizes volunteers and writes grants for our programs. Michael, once a troubled boy, now helps teach other children about gardening. He told me last week that he wants to be a botanist when he grows up. I still have nightmares about the war I escaped. I still miss my homeland and my family. But now I also have something new, a community that embraces me, that sees beyond my nationality and religion, that values me for who I am. The garden taught me something profound, that when we work together toward a common goal, planting seeds of hope and nurturing them with care, we can transform not just the land around us, but the hearts within us. We are all just seeds in this world, waiting to grow. Sometimes it takes a garden full of different kinds of plants to remind us that beauty comes in many forms. and that together, we create something far more beautiful than we could ever be alone.